Testing, testing. Okay. One of the reason why Christo Availis is able to grow is because people don't actually watch his content. If people actually did watch his content, um, they won't subscribe to him, and his channel won't be pushed heavily in the algorithm. People are not um, they don't see past the thumbnails and the clickbait titles. If they see past the thumbnails and the clickbait title, they will realize that um, he doesn't make any good point or good argument on anything. He only flies through projection and fake nightmare reality of Trump and the Republican that don't really materialize, along with fake Republican infighting. There's not infighting between there's not infighting between the Republican people who are in Congress. There is infighting um, among the conservative political commentator like Candace Owen, like Tim Pool, like Tucker Carlson, Ben Shapiro, Nick Fuentes. There's the big divide between the pro Israel people and the anti Israel people. So, here, one second. So, people are actually not really subscribed because of its talking points or analysis. They're subscribed because of thumbnails and clickbait title. Because when you go back to his older video, he wasn't engaging in um, clickbait and AI generated thumbnails because AI was not popular as it is now. And his channel was barely growing. He just had some regular thumbnails of talking about news, talking about progressive politics, and his channel was barely growing. And I also think that he secretly wished Trump can run for a third term because if Trump, when Trump is done, his channel will be nothing because that's the only way he can thrive through him. Jackson Echo and his whole channel, the dive, he had back in 2022, 2023, before YouTube took down his channel, he had about the same amount of subscribers that he had. And both of them were producing weekly content constantly without pretty much a day off. And Jackson Echo was matching him. But it's okay. And I really find it pretty astounding. I am really astounded that people are honestly subscribed to this nonsense. It's astounding because it's the same garbage talking point that it is a nightmare. There's nothing substantive that come out of his channel. Whether we talk about foreign policy, domestic policy, the Middle East, the Israel and Palestine, it's just Trump is bad. Everything is a nightmare. Please vote for Democrats in 2028. And what else? The reason, let's just compare that to Bo of the Fifth Column um, channel that he passed over to his wife. People actually watch his content because he did not engage in clickbait titles, and he did not engage in all this. So when we all these things that Christo Availis is engaging in. So people actually paid attention to his talking points and the things that he said. Everything is natural. This is why the channel grew like crazy. And then uh, his wife has been struggling to duplicate the level of success Bo had in this channel because people actually and watch the content and pay attention to the things that he said. But Christo Availis, it is not the case. Anti-Republican news, anti-Trump news, stop Trump news. Keep changing his title and his thumbnails. And that's what else he got. And also, there's nothing really exciting about his new project. He posted 2 videos in his separate YouTube channel. There's still nothing special or nothing really interesting that he say. That he say. Judge released 300 Epstein picture that goes viral, but this is just to get people to click on this video, not something that actually happened. The only YouTuber who I feel like I feel that I am okay that he uses clickbait title is Justin Reloaded because he sold this channel and one of the new owner of that channel he's kind of like re-uploading um, one of his old content and this is more like a reactionary of he think that praising individual that that provide good MAGA talking points. So he's the only one for whatever reason. Uh, I think he's the only one for whatever reason. I think I find I found his old channel kind of fun. Like this thumbnail is cool. This thumbnail is cool because he praises Bill Maher because he said something that is based. And then you have him put on the MAGA hat in his thumbnails. So he's the only one. Like I feel like I'm okay with clickbait titles because it's more like reactionary. It's more about reacting to debates that happen. Why I think Andrew Wilson annihilated this feminist in a debate, or Bill Maher annihilated those woke guests. But Christo Availis, he does Canadian news show, and he just mislead the public with garbage that don't materialize. All these fake Republican infighting, it's not happening. It is all manufactured. What I also want to touch on, Tim Pool said something like, he said something like, if the Republican loses the midterm, it is Candace Owens' fault. I disagree with him. If they lose the midterm, it will be Trump's fault for not governing well, and because he was the reason why um, his job approval ratings were horrible, because he decided to do all these trade war with different countries as opposed to keeping it simple, cutting people's taxes and making things affordable, passing his agenda. No tax on tips, no tax on social security, no tax on overtime. If this is taken into an effect, then the Republicans should easily be able to sweep in the midterm, and then and they can potentially retain the House of Representatives. So here, I will show the clip.
Then we're going to lose in 2028. Holy sh! We're going to lose the midterms. We're going to lose the midterms. Then we're going to lose in 2028. And it's because she's a piece of sh. Because instead of saying, guys, let's come together and figure out how to work together, she says the stupidest retarded crap. And now everybody's running around divided and broken. For what reason? For literally what?
Because they killed Charlie Kirk in broad day. They don't care about your stupid. At the time, you guys need to be mules. You need to very corrupt people that are lying to your faces right now. Happen to Charlie.
But I disagree with Tim. I think the Republican can win the midterm if, because Trump approval rating is higher than George W. Bush and Barack. His approval rating among his base is higher than George W. Bush and Barack Obama during their second term. So I disagree with him. It's just that his agenda that passed back in July 2025, it needs to be taken into effect. And there's still plenty of time before the midterm. And I also believe when we get closer to the midterm, Trump should start hitting the campaign trail and start campaigning with these Congress people who are up for election or re-election in the midterm. And Tim also exposed himself for saying that we're going to lose in the midterm, because he's just saying right there that he's a Republican, because he always portrayed himself as a social liberal, a libertarian, but you portray, but in this clip, he portrayed himself as a Republican. So the Republicans are only going to lose the midterm. The only way they lose the midterm is if things does not change from here until the election. From here until November 2025. No, November 2026. That's all I gotta say.